In this video, I'll show you how to configure pool member autoscaling. The goal is to have application server instances launch and terminate based on criteria I define. Before you start this video, you should have an IAM user with the correct policy assigned. You also need a BIGIP VE instance and an application server instance. The first task is to define attributes of future pool members. Anytime a new application server instance is created in AWS, BIGIP will add it to the pool. BIGIP needs a little additional information about what attributes this new pool member should have. In BIGIP, choose IAPS AWS. Type a generic name for the template, and select the F5 IAP-LX AWS Autoscale template. Then click Next. The pool name is the name of your pool in BIGIP. The AWS Autoscale group name is a unique name that you will enter later in AWS. Write this name down so you can use it later. Now click Deploy so that BIGIP can save and process the changes. The next task is to make BIGIP contact AWS to find out if new application server instances exist. You can paste this command from the product documentation. It's basically starting a script to call AWS and query the active application servers in the autoscaling group. Now you've done the required tasks and you can shut down your instance and create an image of it. Select your application server, right-click and create an image. Type a name for the image and create it. You can view the new image in the AMIs section. Now on to making autoscaling really work. You're now going to create your launch configuration, autoscaling group, and the alarms that will trigger autoscaling. Start by creating a launch configuration. Choose the image that you just created. Choose the instance type and give the launch configuration a unique name. This part is important. You must pick a security group that is already in your VPC. If you create a new security group here, autoscaling will fail. Now create the launch configuration. The wizard leads you right into the creation of the autoscaling group. Type a name. This must match your earlier group name exactly, the one you entered in BIGIP. Enter the maximum number of instances you want to create. And now here's where you create your CloudWatch alarms. For example, as a test, I want to create a new instance whenever CPU utilization is more than 5% for 1 minute. Each time this threshold is reached, one new instance will be created. I also have to specify an alarm for turning off instances. Because I don't want this to take effect right now, I'm going to set it to max CPU utilization of less than 5% for 15 minutes. There's a chance this may happen, but I'll have a longer window than my first alarm, so I should have time to see when instances are created before they're terminated. Now I can enter a name for my new instances. When they show up, this is how I'll know more easily what they are. A new application server instance is launched almost immediately. The instance is visible in the autoscaling group. And in BIGIP, I can see that it was added to the pool. For more information and task details, see the AWS Autoscaling Guide on f5.com.